Today we want to talk a little bit about the Advent wreath and how it can be part of your Christmas and Advent worship. There are lots of traditions in Advent wreaths, but we'll try to show you some simple things you can do at home. You know, I start with a very old piece of ceramics that I've had. It was given to me many years ago, and it's one that we use. And it's deep enough you can put greens in and put water in there and then add the candles to it. So if you have your own Advent wreath, we encourage you to get it out, freshen it up, and make it ready for this year's season. Now, in order to make things as simple as possible, we've tried to procure the items that you would need to make one if you don't have. Here is a basic 12-inch brass Advent wreath circle that holds the 4 candles that we associate with Advent, the 3 purple and 1 pink. And you know, every year during Advent season at church, each Sunday we light a candle, and by the time the season has been fulfilled, all 4 candles have been lighted. Now, what can you do to make yours special? Well, here's another idea that was developed. Just do a simple board to hold the 4 candles, or a square board, and then put the candles in it. These will be available for you to get at the church to take home with you if you would like these. And there is a nominal cost associated with that, which will be in the additional materials. We also have the candles, the rings, and the bases, any of these that you might like. Now, let's talk about the simple one here. You know, I was thinking about this, and I know that many of you have a wreath, an artificial wreath. If you have a large table, it might be that you just take the wreath and put it right around that ring. And then you've got something. You can add some ornaments that are in the Advent colors, or perhaps best of all, add a little fresh foliage. And I have taken a glass tray, and we're going to take our ring and put it in the glass tray, and then take our wreath and go right over it. And in order to create a little bit of freshness, I'm going to add some fresh greens to this. Now, I think it's easier if you go ahead and put the candles in. That way you know exactly where you can put your foliage and not get in the way. So look, maybe just a little tip of magnolia, a little bit of holly. We all have things in our gardens, or in our yards, or in our neighbors' yards that you can pick and make something special for you. This is a great little project to get all the members of the household involved. Have some go pick the greens, and then do a little workshop and put the things together. We also have picked up a few other green items, some boxwood and some arborvitae, some cedar. All of these items are great for this little project. So it can be really easy, nothing complex, and yet we still have a circular form that we're working our greens through. Now, if you don't have this, maybe we take our basic form that we have here and we lift our greens out of it. And you have a very small space. So let me show you. You might have something as tiny as little Demitasse cups. We've taken a Demitasse cup, we've put a little bit of wettable foam in there, and then for that person who says, I have absolutely nothing that I can use. Let me show you how little nothing can be. So we can take just a touch of holly, a little boxwood, just almost nothing here, and it's amazing how it suddenly comes to life and becomes a great item for us to use with our Advent candle. I think I have a few berries here. The holly isn't quite red yet. But see, just that, just stuck into that little cup. And if you do one and place it there, one and place it here, one and place it here, and do the fourth one and place it here, you have the full circle. So easy. Something for everybody. Now, we also have these great wooden boards that have been drilled to fit our candle set. And if we take our candles and insert them into this board, then we can also create a very similar look with this by simply putting our greens around this. And the fourth one here. So if you need a little more long space, this might work perfectly for you. There's also this one, which would be good to put on your mantle in very much the same way. You might simply take a couple of stems of permanent greenery, like this, and simply lay it down the board, shape it out, and lay it down the board. And if you want to, it's okay. If you have some boxwood or some holly that's available, easily available, you don't have to even put it in water. You can simply put a little fresh greenery in with this. And because this will last for several days, then simply replace it. Every few days, replace some greenery. That's what we have to do at the church on our Big Advent candle. We replace the greens about every other week because we want them to be pretty every Sunday. But you see, just lay it there, and just like you would lay greens on your mantle with your 4 candles in there. Now, you might even pick up just one of these, which is a pre-made small wreath in which I've simply put this permanent wreath around there and added a little fresh ivy and a little fresh boxwood. It's not difficult, but it gives you something to be a worship center as you focus on each of the candles that make up all of the weeks of Advent. And then finally, regardless of which one you do, when it comes to Christmas Day, then you can always add the Christ candle in the center of whether it be the wreath, or whether it be the board, or whether it be the long one. You simply add the Christ candle as an accent. Easy to do, something fun to do, and create another Christmas memory.